Guys, before we start today's episode, I want to urge you to do a few things for me. First, check out the website, McAllisterHours.com. We have a lot of stuff there, including introducing a new feature to the website. One of our favorite things we do on the show, the Fucked Up Bucket. You can now submit something. If you have a fucked up question, a prompt, even a statement, if you have anything like that you want to submit, we have a special page that you can shoot us an email directly, and we can get that into the show. And yeah, it's a great opportunity for the audience who really love what we do and want to participate in that way. Also, I want to urge you to check out the Patreon. We have 2 subscription tiers there where you can get multiple different kinds of content or whatever kind of thing you want there. We have behind the scenes clips. We have other episodes. Great thing to check out if you love what we do. And now a few words from our sponsors. Guys, it's a holiday season. If you're lucky, like some of us, you might be getting a little extra cash from family members, friends, coworkers, etc. And it's I know it's the winter season, snow's out, it's bleak, but you gotta think ahead. You gotta think of the future, man. And if you're an artist or someone trying to book events, it's good to think ahead into the May, June, July months starting now. And hitting up this company, Starbox Productions, is probably the best way you can do that. They're always busy and in motion behind the scenes in the Midwest and have plenty of shows lined up. So what are you waiting for? Head over to Starbox Productions' Facebook page for all of your needs today. Guerrilla Graphics Design Agency, by far one of my favorite design and film media companies in the Midwest. They can provide you top-tier effects and production value. They have everything you can ask for, including professional equipment, a stellar end product from top to bottom. You guys know how much I love them. You hear it every week. What more do I need to say? Head over to GuerrillaGraphics.com for all of your design needs today. That's GuerrillaGraphics.com. Are you a rock band or solo musician looking for representation and a way to secure shows? Well, our newest sponsor, Cranial Nerve Records, can help. This organization has been fundamental in securing live shows for the podcast, and we couldn't be more grateful for them. Reach out to them for bookings via email at cranialnerverecords@gmail.com. Hello, everybody. This is the McAllister's Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Cole McAllister. Joined today by a very special guest, female artist in the area, Dessy X. How you doing today?
I am actually doing pretty good.
Yeah.
It's warm out. It's actually melting the snow.
Yeah.
So.
Comparatively warm.
Okay. Yeah. It's warm for Iowa.
Yeah. Well, we had I remember we had the 0 degree, negative 5 degree weather
and
for a little bit.
That completely reset everything for me.
Exactly. But afterwards, I was 30 degrees. I'm it's really warm today. And people are you're fucking crazy. I'm like, fuck you. It's relative
seriously
terms. Relative terms.
30? Come on.
Yeah. That's not bad. I mean, if
30 and sun?
Yeah, right. If you're in Antarctica, you could pitch a towel and have a day of it. Anyways, so tell me a little bit about yourself. What's your background? When did you decide to get into it? Do you consider yourself a singer or a rapper, or what's your overall?
I actually just started to accept the singer title. Okay. It took me a while to, be like, yeah, I guess you can call me a singer. I used to just say I did melodies. Okay. Whenever anybody would ask, I'm like, oh, I rap, I do melodies. I wouldn't consider myself a singer, just because I know singers and I'm not that yet.
Yeah, sure.
But this next project I'm working on is definitely reset that for me.
Hell yeah. So it's a nice mix of both?
More just singing.
Oh, okay.
Mainly. I didn't rap at all on this project, which is very surprising for me because I love to switch it up. I like to surprise people.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I think, anyone that has the ability to, flex their different muscles and,
different talents, that says a lot for sure. Well, I guess let me ask you this: like, when did you start rapping then, or like you mentioned before that you did some spoken word kind of stuff? I guess when did your like artistic endeavors begin?
My creative lifestyle, my creative journey started per se. Well, I've always been creative. I've been like writing music since I was younger. I had actually this crazy dream about me and my brother being this like brother-sister duo, and I was going to sing and write the songs, and he was going to be the rapper, and we were just going to be amazing. He was not on board. I had to force him to practice with me, and I mean for hours. We would be in the room. My mom would come in like, "What are you guys doing?" I'm like, Mom, we're practicing. Like, and I mean, I would do the research. Like, how do you become famous? Like. But yeah, I had stuff being sent to my email about how to become famous. It was the life of a 8-year-old is insane. But I started writing music, and then I stopped writing music and started doing short stories. And
hell yeah.
I could never finish the short stories, so now I was like, maybe that's not for me.
Yeah.
I took a break from writing in general until. What was it, 10th grade?
Okay.
I had this poetry teacher, Mr. Lyle, and he opened my mind to poetry. I didn't know anything about it. I just knew about music, even though music is poetry. But I didn't know anything. But he got me into spoken word. He taught me that, poetry is meant to be spoken. And like those were his exact words, and I'll never forget that because that changed my life. I started doing spoken word. I started writing more poetry. I published a poetry book. I just started people started to know me.
Oh, you have a poetry book?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
I should have brought it, but I did not.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
But in Davenport, people actually started to know me as that poetry girl because I would post it all over my Facebook, just everywhere. I switched over to music about 4 years ago.
Okay.
I didn't start dropping music until 2 years ago.
Sure.
I took 2 years and just wrote. And it's insane because at the time I thought, oh, I'm going nuts. They're not ready for me. They're not ready for me. Whole time I'm looking back at my old songs and I'm like, I will never drop these. The world will never see this. Will never hear this because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody feels like that. It's got to be cool though to see your progression.
Oh, most definitely.
I mean?
And people actually, I just had somebody, his name's Drac. I don't know if you know him, but I just had him bring up the fact of my growth. I've been showing him projects for my next project that's going to drop on the 9th. And he's like, I can hear the growth, the growth from your first song that you came over to record and until now. And that's just only a couple months.
Yeah.
My writing and everything is just always elevating because I'm always practicing.
Sure. No, I mean, I poetry and music and rapping. I mean, those all go hand in hand. Mm-hmm. It's apparent to me that from a young age you've had this drive, and I can really relate to that. And I think there's a very because you practicing at 9. I mean, when I was 9, I wanted to I wanted to fucking play video games or whatever. I didn't want to. I played a little bit of guitar, but I've never been someone who's there's a reason I podcast. I've never been someone who can sit down and practice.
Yeah, I love to do that. Actually, I practice all the time.
So is it because some background? So I played cello for years. I actually did a little bit in college, but the thing that deterred me from that type of music was you have to put in 8 to 10 hours a day, just wow. Playing an instrument. I don't know how much time you spend a day, but I guess what is it purely just your motivation for the craft, or is there something else that keeps you going through that keeps you practicing?
It's motivation. Okay. And the fact that I'm doing it for people. I have a sister and a grandma who's passed away, so I'm living my life for them. I'm making sure that I'm doing this for them. And also not to be petty, is also for all the people who's like, talk down to me and just like,
sure.
oh, you're not gonna go that far. Oh, you don't think so? Like, just watch this.
You gotta love that.
That right there is just enough to ignite me. Like, you don't think I'm gonna go that far?
Yeah.
Like, I love to prove people wrong.
Oh yeah, it's great. I just got I've actually posted on Instagram. I don't know if you saw. I got a comment today on one of my TikToks like, the man speaking is never going to go anywhere. I'm like, okay. 100 other people like this video.
Right.
Like,
you're the only person who's like, okay, has
cool.
a problem. TikTokers are actually insane.
Yeah.
I've had a few comments that's like, because I do Zodiac videos on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have about 52K followers, but
okay, cool.
I do Zodiac videos, and people like, I just had someone literally just try to come for my life. They're like, how many Sagittarius broke your heart? They're like, she's just hurt everybody, she's just hurt. And I'm like, I commented, I'm like, I've only dated like one Sagittarius, like, and he didn't break my heart. Like, I broke up with him, so I'm confused on what's going on. They're like, oh, okay. People will be calling me dumb, like stupid. I'm like, you guys realize this is a joke, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This is just for fun.
No, I mean, I could have like a whole day and be entertained by the dumb fucking comments that I read on my videos. It's so funny.
I believe it.
Also, this is just a PSA to anyone that comes to my podcast: do not feed the trolls. Do not. I have people that come on this podcast who are like, like these big time, like fucking, and then like they go in the comments like, no, what? Actually, I'm like, dude, literally,
like just leave it.
Yeah, like ghost. Like when I'm on Facebook, I ghost post. Like I'll post something and then I'll never respond to a single fucking comment.
Yeah, sometimes I'll respond sometimes. When I first became like, well, what people consider TikTok famous, but when I first, got that little fame or whatever, I was replying to all the comments because everybody had me messed up. Like, there was a lot of good comments, but like the few comments that people were like, oh, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, did you just call me stupid? Like, how old are you? Like, are you old enough to actually be on TikTok right now? Like, there was people telling me, I'm 9 years old. How can you be saying this to me? You're 9 and you're on TikTok. TikTok actually says you need to be like 12 to be on TikTok. So, I mean, you need to get out.
Yeah,
like,
go
somebody
away.
tell them, I'm finna get your mom. Because, no, I'm probably the same age as your mom. Like,
yeah. The mom probably created the account for them.
Oh, my gosh. No. Insane.
Yeah. I mean, of all the platforms, I would say TikTok is the one that, like, kids should not be on.
Like, you could just open it and just see ass. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
That's really what TikTok is. TikTok and Instagram.
Oh, it's a thirst trap.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Like, I've been there where you're just like, you find yourself like, oh, I'm okay. I need to put this down.
Yeah.
it like, because that's kind of the crazy thing, right? Is because like, those platforms are designed to keep you, intrigued. Like
engaged,
the algorithms are, yep. So like, TikTok, TikTok is so precise that like it measures your like your retention and like when you're flipping. Mm-hmm. So like if you like if you're staring at an ass for too many seconds, then your next 10 is an ass. Yeah. You're like, oh my god, I need to.
Algorithm all the way messed up. I be hitting the. What is it? It says, I'm not interested or something like that. I'd be hitting that every time because I'm like, I need y'all to get this together.
But that's the thing is I feel like they almost ignore that.
Oh,
because like
for
they're
sure.
like it's almost like if they mark non-interested, it's like, oh, but they really are interested.
Exactly. Like on my TikTok, I don't mind watching dance videos, but I like to watch videos that I can use the sound for. So like research. So like when it comes to dance videos, I normally hit not interested. And I mean, my TikTok is just all dance videos. I mean, like just dance videos and ass. And I can't do nothing with that because I can't dance. And like, I'll look at the ass, but I mean, there's literally nothing else I could do. I understand.
Oh, that's funny. So you were just talking about Zodiac. I'm curious because I don't really, fuck with a lot of that. But like, what's like, is that something you've always just believed, or like, what's your whole take on that?
I actually just think Zodiacs are like just for fun.
Okay.
Like I probably got into it like 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay.
I just thought it was funny. Like I would read stuff about Scorpios and I'd be like, wow. Like I remember the day I actually did my research on Scorpios because every time I told somebody I was a Scorpio, they were like, oh. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean? Oh, are you going to say anything else? I did my research and I was like, oh, fuck me. God damn. Like, no wonder everybody's just like, you're Scorpio. Because Scorpios, oh my God. It's like, I'm going to speak the truth. I'm not going to hype my sign up. We are hit and miss. And most of the time, you're missing because Scorpios are just,
What's the date? What were the dates for Scorpio?
I'm not
Is it August,
fully
September?
sure. It's October, November.
Okay, so that's not me. I think I'm the one before that because I'm September 8th.
September 8th. Then I believe you're a Virgo.
Okay. I literally don't know, but I don't, if someone asked me that, I'd be like,
My birthday's September 8th. You tell me.
yeah, right. You know, of all the things to discriminate against somebody for, that has to be the dumbest, right?
Oh, zodiac signs. I love to do it though. I literally love to do it. Like, I'll talk shit about anyone's zodiac sign at any point. Everyone's always like, oh, you bring up zodiac signs all the time. Yes, because I love to talk shit, and I can talk shit about zodiac signs, about any zodiac sign. I'll talk shit about every single one. You just heard me talk shit about Scorpios. Ain't nobody safe. Like, no.
That's funny. But, I mean, I guess in all seriousness, like, do you believe that there's, like, actual, I don't know, like, do you think there's actual, like, not, like, evidence or data, but do you feel like it actually has some kind of correlation? Or is it just kind of, like you said, like, is it just for fun?
I will say, yeah. I will say it does have some sort of correlation when it comes to, like, people, like, every Virgo, for instance, I've met have certain Virgo qualities that just, like, every Virgo, they just have it. You know, certain other people may have it as well, but, like, those people just have it. It's just a more of a strong whatever. Like...
Okay, so it's like degrees.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, I see.
Exactly. Like, everything is, like, degree. But at the same time, you know, everything is based on, like, your environment, where you grew up, like, stuff like that, you know. The zodiac signs is just like a base, you know, just like the base formula.
I see. So if you were to, since I'm a Virgo, because I don't know, like, if you were to diagnose me or whatever, like, what does it mean to be a Virgo?
What does it mean to be a Virgo?
I do seem to be a Virgo.
Huh?
You said I do seem to be a Virgo?
No, I just repeated your question. What does it mean to be a Virgo?
Oh, was it? Oh, my bad.
Virgos like to control, you know. Virgos like to control, and it's not always a bad thing. But normally, if you got a Virgo in a friend group of like 5 other zodiac signs, not including like a Capricorn, that Virgo's probably like in charge, or he's the one that's in the back, like, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. He's either in charge, running everything because he does not like when stuff goes not his way, or he's in the back like, when does this end? Like, when can I fucking leave?
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty accurate. I mean, I do have a podcast that's off my bat. The title is based off my last name, so I mean, and I am the host and the creator and the controller.
You do run this.
So, yeah, that's funny. So okay, so you said you're a Scorpio. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean?
Scorpios can be very manipulative. Very. I'm gonna be honest, like, they really can. When I learned that,
so this whole podcast is a lie. That's what you're telling me.
Oh my gosh, it may be. Shoot, the world may never know. I will never give up my secrets, and that's another thing. Scorpios have so many secrets. They call us like the king and queen of secrets, like just mysterious everything, which makes sense. But I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty much an open book, but only to like the people who know me. I guess like people who don't know me, just they only know what I tell them. Obviously, yeah, I just like
just cruise through. Oh. Hell yeah. Let me ask you just kind of a random question I had about, like, do you think people that are manipulative, do you think that they are like intentionally doing it, or do you think there are people who like do it by accident, or maybe they don't even realize it?
I think there are both of those type of people. I think the people who do it on purpose, you got to be careful because they may be a narcissist.
Yeah.
Which is insane. But the people who do it on accident, like, I mean, it's not like they know they're doing it. You just have to become more aware. Like, when I realized that Scorpios were manipulative, that's what they say, I realized that, there were certain circumstances that I was manipulative. And I was like, wow. I took a step back and I'm like, I don't like that. I do not like this at all. I try my best to be none of the toxic traits. Yeah. It doesn't always, work, but
sure. So I'm divorced. My ex-wife had borderline personality disorder. And there's a very manipulative trait in that disorder. And to this day, like, I don't know how, like, cause like, I don't think that she's a good person, whatever, but like, I don't know how much of it is intentional, how much of it wasn't. Like, I don't, and like with that diagnosis in general, I mean, obviously it depends on the person, but like, I don't know if we'll ever know that,
Right.
Cause a lot of people with BPD claim that they're doing it, they're doing it unintentionally, but you're also basing it off their word, who is the manipulator. So it's like,
right.
Are they just manipulating that answer? Is there like some little part like, you know what I
mean? But I don't know. I think you also have to just think, like, when it comes to mental illnesses, like, that's really a chemical reaction in the brain. Like,
sure.
I have depression, I have anxiety. So, like, I know, like, there'll be sometimes people will tell me that I do certain things, and I'll be like, oh wow, I had no idea that I was doing that. But now that I know, I'm gonna not do that. It's when you know that you do that and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyways because this is my world and I run this. That's when it's like, you might be a narcissist.
Yeah.
You might have some issues. You might, want to dive deep and work that shit out.
Yeah, I do like to think that you can have a healthy amount of narcissism, though. You don't think so?
No,
really.
I don't know about that. I have bad experiences with narcissists, so I don't like them. So I'm like, everybody have a little piece of narcissist. I'm like, you trying to call me a narcissist? Like, do I need to go home and just like cry, slide down the wall, and throw up?
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of times, though, there are people who have mild amounts of narcissism, but it really is just confidence.
Yeah.
Like, you just think, do you think there's a difference in that, maybe? Is that what you're, okay.
Most definitely. Like, there's confidence, there's cockiness, there's narcissism, like.
Okay, I see. Okay.
I'm very, this is this is that, everything has a name for everything.
Sure. Well, like, I guess, like, if you look at, like, and this is kind of getting in the weeds, but, like, if you look at the, like, the mental health, like, categorization or whatever, I can't remember. I think it's open-mindedness, consciousness, something, narcissism. Like, there's different.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, you should look it up. It's the 5 character traits or something. I wish we had our system pulled up, But yeah, I mean, you can and not everyone is just one. Like, it's a variation of all. Like, some people have more narcissism, more open-mindedness, conscientiousness, et cetera, et cetera,
it's like
et cetera.
A test you can take. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna take the test.
Hell yeah.
I'm nervous.
Well,
watch me say all of this and come back being a narcissist.
Right,
like, that would literally blow my mind.
Well, but that is kind of the thing, though. Is like, artistically inclined people do tend to rank pretty high in the narcissism. I mean, I'm a narcissist. Like, in that test, like, it's probably one of my higher traits for sure.
I can't wait to take this test. You don't understand. It's going to be the first thing I do when I get home. I'm going to take off my shoes, sit on the couch, and take this test.
Yeah. But, kind of going back to, like, the mental health thing, like, keeping yourself in check, like, I think that plays a big part of it, too. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you can be a narcissist while also realizing, hey, like, I can't hurt people, or I can't, like, use this to, like, negatively impact people. Like, maybe I can just, I can use my, heightened sense of confidence to, create something great or to help people or whatever. Like, I do think you can, fuel that narcissism in a positive way. But we also live in a world of, extremely narcissistic people who do not give a fuck about the little man and will, run you over. Will not
one fuck given at all.
Yeah, will not lose a single ounce of sleep over it. Yeah. And you gotta be aware of those people for sure. Let me ask you this: some of your what are some of, like, your influences for like you said you do poetry, or you started out with poetry. Like, is there any I don't know, is there any, like, writers or artists or anything that you base your work off or inspire you in any way?
Just like musical artists. So, and it's crazy because when I tell you this, you're gonna be like, your music does not reflect that. But right off the bat or whatever, G Herbo. I love G Herbo.
I'm not familiar with him.
Really? Yeah. Do you know Dirk? Lil Durk?
I've heard of him.
Okay.
Again, not super familiar with that.
Well, they're both from like the Chicago area. But normally it's like when people like them, it's like they like either or. You either like Dirk or you like Herb. Like there's the rivalry or whatever. But I like them both. They sit pretty high on my list. I also like Kodak.
Hell yeah, I fuck with Kodak.
Cowboy, I just discovered him like last year. I really like his music. 2000s rock, I love 2000s rock. Like I get embarrassed sometimes like to play like my music. Like people give me aux because I'd be nervous because like not everybody likes that type of stuff.
Yeah,
I'll play 2000s rock. Like I'll play Nickelback. I really will.
Oh my
gosh.
You can leave now. No, I'm kidding.
You know what, let me unbuckle my seatbelt. I'm sorry. No, but seriously, I'm not afraid to admit it. I used to be afraid to admit that when I was younger because everybody in my school made fun of everybody who listened to Nickelback.
Well, rightfully so.
I like him, you know. I stand by that, and I'll die on that hill. Okay, I'm okay with that.
You know how they came up with their name? This is a true story. They all went into McDonald's, and they ordered food. And the person at the counter said, "Do you want your Nickelback?" And that was how they came up with their name.
I mean, that's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, come on now. For them to be like, they were probably looking at each other like you know that Spider-Man meme. Like that's it.
Oh, that's funny. They were like, yeah, they were like probably all on acid or something. And they all like, oh my God, it's spoken to us.
They thanked her. They probably tipped her at McDonald's. In the tip.
That's funny. What about like your methods for like, writing music or, doing anything like do you have anything that you do like when you're going, I mean, I guess you sing, you're saying that you sing a lot, so that's probably a lot of it premeditated, I'm guessing. Or do you do any freestyle with singing or? I'm
not really a freestyler. I'm a writer through and through. Like that's where the poetry comes in.
Yeah.
When it comes to writing, like my process, if I know I need to like write music, I need to write some songs I haven't written in a few days or a few weeks, whatever. I always start by just like listening to music, just like whatever is just playing just on Spotify. I'm just gonna listen. And if there's like more like melody songs, like singier songs, and like I'll sing along with it, like to warm my voice up and whatnot. But when it comes to like writing a song, I write like everything about my emotions. So like everything I've written, like I felt or like I've gone through. So it doesn't really take a lot for me to be able to write something. I could just think back on like an experience and just write about it. So like granted, that means I do write, a lot about heartbreak. I'm a sad ass girl. I can't help it. But
another trait of an artist.
You're right. No, seriously, it's crazy because for a while I really thought my creativity was gonna turn me insane. I really thought at first it was making me crazy, and I just realized that's just because I didn't have a good outlet. I was just at that time I was just writing poetry, and poetry just wasn't enough. I needed more.
Sure.
It's just how I do music now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that is a lot of it too. I mean, not against me personally, but like I used to rap. Like that was kind of like 5 years ago. That was my thing. I was like, I'm a cretin. I'm a rapper. I'm gonna fucking make it as a rapper.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I felt the same way, and like I wasn't getting the exposure I wanted. And in this podcast, I felt way better. Like, you do. Yeah, I mean, it really is just about like figuring out what works.
Literally.
Once you do that, like that, those problems get a lot less.
Everything starts to fall into place.
Exactly. Have you gotten a chance to perform live?
Yes. Okay. Actually, I've performed about six or seven times. This past summer was actually my first time performing, but after my first time, I just started going crazy. I had like a show almost every week.
Wow.
During the month of like July, I think. Yeah, I had a show like almost every week. Wow. There was one week I had 2 shows, and I was like, oh my God.
That's a lot.
Is this like how people feel, like people who are actually famous? Because I was tired. I was really tired. Yeah. Especially since like every show I'm going to drink. So I'm over here like, I don't know, my liver can keep taking this. Like, take me out, coach. Take me out.
Hell yeah. Is that like, you know, you kind of said you're anxious. Is that kind of like related to that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same way for sure.
Couple drinks gets me normal. I'm on everybody's normal level, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious because like, you know, you said you do more singing, so I imagine, you know, because we have a lot of people come through, and I'm sure a lot of people that you're familiar to, like, are rappers, and like, there's an element to that, but at the same time, they don't necessarily need to be like in tune or in key. Like, is there something like when you are, performing, singing, that you do to help you with that, or is that something you think about, or just comes naturally, or?
No. Wow. Well, that's actually something I've never thought about before. Okay. It just really just comes natural at that point. When I'm performing, I just kind of get into like this mindset, like this mood, like people are here to see me perform. Like, mm-hmm. My name was on a flyer. People came here. Like, people are shouting my name. This is what we're going to do. There's really no room for like anxiety or anything. Like, everything just gets pushed to the side, and it's like confidence.
Yeah, the alcohol helps that too.
You know what? I actually never thought about that, but yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, because I'd be up there feeling like I'm on top of the world, especially because, the stage. I'd be like, wow, it's tall up here.
Well, don't do cocaine, or else that would be 5 times more. Not that I would know, but that's what I've heard.
Not speaking from experience. Gotcha.
I mean, I really haven't tried coke. I was prescribed Focalin for a while, which is like the medical form of cocaine, and I hated it. I think it made my stomach upset. I felt like, a lot more moody. I'm prescribed Adderall, so that's kind of like my, like, if I ever need like a focus type of thing, just so one extended release Adderall, but like I said, like I'm doing this month of sobriety, and like I've decided not to take any Adderall, so like I'm coffee. That's all. That's all I got. Which is like
coffee. Yeah, I like how you said it. Coffee. Motherfuckers would rather have a blunt.
Coffee and a blunt. That's pretty. That's what's up. I mean, this is, I guess, kind of like what, like probably 10% of cocaine.
Oh, yeah, the coffee.
Yeah. So if you like molecularly break down caffeine and cocaine, it's only like a couple molecules difference. Like they're in the same family.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I actually did not know that.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy that someone can get locked up for 20 years over the difference of like a couple molecules? And then there are these raging bitches who go through the Starbucks drive-through, and they're like, they could literally like shoot a bitch, and like nobody cares.
Blow this whole place up. They would not give a fuck.
Crazy bitches. Well, I saw you used to live in West Des Moines, and like, oh my God, that's like the entire population of West Des Moines.
Yeah.
It's just like scary white bitches fucking going around about to kill someone.
I can never live in West Des Moines. Even though, granted, I live in Ankeny.
Yeah, well, just like,
it's not much better.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
but it's not West Des Moines. Oh my God, I can never live there because I know the type of people who live there.
Yeah.
And I'm not a confrontational person, but at the same time, you're not gonna just talk to me like that.
Right.
Like,
there's a line
at all. Exactly. Yeah. And
they like to cross that line.
A lot
more.
I don't know if they know the line, because they be over that hoe.
Yeah. I mean, you see these like Karens, like they it just seems like they have, maybe either they don't have sense, or they literally just don't care. They probably just don't care.
Yeah.
Honestly. They'll like say something to you, and you're like,
right.
You just said that? You really just said that?
All you can do is blink like, what? Did you, what? Oh. I'm just going to ignore that.
She's like, I'm not racist. My cousin's boyfriend is black.
Oh my gosh, no, love to do that. Like my cousin's boyfriend's grandma's sister on her mom's side is black. Like, what are you talking about?
Should I just hand you a shovel?
Right, like, because you're digging yourself a very, very deep grave right now. Like, I hope you're ready to lie in that bitch. And I hope it's comfortable, because what the fuck? Like, do you hear yourself right now?
Right. I did a small stint in South Dakota for like 9 months. This like tiny ass town called Canton. And, very typical what you would expect. Like, very racist, homophobic, whatever. Mm-hmm. And like, I remember... And like, I was with my now, ex-wife and her brother. We were all living together. And we were like probably the most like, liberal-minded people in that city. And we're not even like, I'm not even like that liberal. But like, but yeah, it was just crazy. Like there were people who would literally like be like that. They were just like, oh yeah, I know, man. And I'm like sitting there like, what? Okay, all right. I'm just gonna go smoke a blunt.
Right. Like I'm just gonna ignore y'all. Like I gotta go get high. Like y'all are something else.
Yeah, for real. Midwest, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. Shit, I have a question for you. So you're a female artist, obviously. I find this trend, and maybe this is me being an asshole, sexist asshole, whatever. But I find this trend where I'm not saying you do this, but there's a lot of women who like they seem to sell themselves versus their over their music, if that makes sense. Like, they will have, we're kind of talking about the asses earlier. Like they'll be selling their music, but they're also like twerking in front of it. And you almost kind of wonder like, what part are you selling? I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Actually, like I can definitely understand where you're coming from. When I did my research on like how to start a brand and what that means, I learned that when it comes to like certain like preconceived notions that people have, it's okay to sometimes lean into that. A lot of people are always going to think that every female is a hoe.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I'm not saying go out and be a hoe, but like if you're shaking your ass, if you're doing that, they're leaning into it. Those people, they might not like you. Someone might see a video of a bitch shaking her ass, have never heard her music before. Hear the songs like, oh, this song is actually kind of okay. She's shaking her ass crazy, but like the song's actually decent. Or like that could be the start of what makes them go and like listen to it, or even just hit that follow button. And that's what I don't know about like all the females, but me, for instance, that's what I be focusing on. Like Facebook, for instance. On Facebook, I'm like I share a lot of very sexual posts. Like it's funny as hell to me, and like everyone's always just so surprised because I'm a female and I'm sharing this shit. Like I don't give a fuck.
Well, but I've seen those, but like, you have a comedic element to it. Like there's a difference.
Yeah, but there's actually a lot of people who, not a lot of people, but there are certain men who actually think that I'm a hoe. Like, yes. Like, there have been times where people have slid in my inbox on some disrespectful shit, and I'm like, bro, do you hear yourself? And they're like, do you even see the post that you make? I'm like, you're going to talk about my post? You're going to bring up my post? I got people screenshotting my post and sending it to me. Like, I know what I said, and I'll say it again. Like, it's just Facebook.
Yeah.
It's just social medias.
Sure. Do you wonder, though, if that, like, attracts a certain audience? Like, maybe if, like, if you are someone who's just shaking your ass, like, do you think that, either do you think that's, attracting a certain audience, or that may also inherently, like, deter certain people?
Yes. Like, I will say, all of my, like, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, I have way more male followers than I do females. And TikTok, it's not like I don't shake my ass. I don't like wear bikinis. Like, but at the same time, I do like.
It doesn't take much for men.
Exactly, like they just want to look at someone who looks nice. So if I make sure I look good in the video, then there goes that.
Well, that's different. I mean, that
definitely for shaking ass, because like I can say that I only follow one person on TikTok who shakes her ass. And that's because I went to school with her. So me and her go way back. I know her. So like she shake her ass. I'm gonna like the video. I'm gonna comment so I can boost up her algorithm. But like a random video popping up of female shaking her ass, like I might watch it, but I'm not gonna follow.
Yeah.
And I'm probably not gonna like it.
Yeah.
Like, what's her name? What's that girl who did that Munch song?
The Munch song?
You have never heard nothing about that?
Think so, no.
Oh, like that nigga Munch. Like, Ice Spice or something like that.
I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, I heard that she had started on TikTok, like shaking her ass. And I actually saw a video of hers the other day when I was on TikTok, and I immediately because I don't want to see it. Like, all right. And I don't know, and I don't even mean to be like that, but it's even more so because she does music too. Because like, there's a stereotype.
Sure.
And while yes, sometimes it is okay to lean into it, for you to just be known that you shake your ass, like you go do it. Like she did a concert, and people were literally like, I watched it. People were watching her, and this is how they were like. She turned around and started shaking her ass. Everybody was like, yeah! She turned back around. Everybody's like. And I'm like, never. Like, if that was me, I'm getting off stage. Like, y'all might as well just boo me. Because, like, what? Like, they don't care about this.
Yeah.
They just care about this. Like,
you might as well set up a strip pole at that point.
At that point, seriously. And that's what they came to see. That's why they bought the tickets. Come on now. You got to be careful when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you this, kind of on that same tangent. What do you think about like the whole like OnlyFans thing? Do you think that there's redeeming quality of it? Do you think it's okay, not okay?
I think it's okay. I mean, shit, make your money.
Sure.
I mean, motherfuckers watch porn anyways.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who pay for that shit. So, I mean, that's what OnlyFans is, basically. I mean, and it doesn't even have to be like that. Like, there's some people who, you know, only do like feet pics or, you know, shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have OnlyFans, and I don't follow anybody who has OnlyFans. Well, like I don't have like the apps like follow them.
Sure.
But like same thing. I have a friend who I went to high school with. She has OnlyFans, and like I promote her on Twitter. Like, I be sharing her stuff. It'd be insane to just open my Twitter and to just like to see her stuff right there. Especially when I really went to school with her. So I'm just like, oh my, okay, retweet, scroll. Like, hurry and scroll, especially if I'm in public. Like, oh my God.
Hit the blunt and forget about that shit.
I feel like, oh my gosh, girl.
Yeah, I do think there's something kind of, and again, like I'm not saying that that's like you shouldn't be able to do that or that I even necessarily think it's bad, but I think there's something kind of interesting about like you can see my pussy for $5 a month if you want, and like you're like someone that you know. Like your friend that you went to high school with, like you could in theory you could like go find like 3 chicks that you went to high school with who have OnlyFans and be like, oh, this is it. I don't know. I wonder if like on a societal level that like devalues women in a way.
I don't know. Like, I don't think so, but I'm also just like an accepting ass person. Like,
yeah, sure. I am too.
I'm not a lot of shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying like I don't. I don't put shame on anyone who does that as their career. Like you said, like make money. I think that's like, totally
get your
valid.
Money.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's totally valid.
I'm not gonna do it, but
yeah.
I support. Like, no one could ever say that I don't support. Like I just told you, I retweet, I scroll.
Guys, McAllister OnlyFans, go subscribe. $10 a month. No.
It's all about the promotion. That's what they tell me.
That's the crazy thing too about OnlyFans is like how like because there are these chicks that they sell it for like $20 a month, and then they have like no content on it, and then it's like, oh, pay like an extra $30 each video. It's like they're raking in dollars. It's crazy.
Literally raking in. I don't know, but it's I can never do that, especially just considering the fact that like it really is all about promotion. So you're going to start out with none, like nobody. And how are you going to get that promotion? You're going to use one of your social medias to promote that, to start it out at least. Like I've known like females who have used like their Snapchat, and it's just insane to like be watching someone's story and then like to like see their fucking pussy. And I'm just like like you're already gave out the whole goods right here, and you're trying to tell someone like, hey, subscribe to me to see more of this. Like, it's right here. Like, you're not worried about no one screenshotting this. I'd be so like, I'd be scared. Like, I'd be no.
Yeah. How are you doing, by the way? No. I fucking love it. I love it. Dessy X, we were about to move on to a little thing that we like to do at the end of the episode, but is there anything else on your mind, like any social political issues or anything that you want to discuss with us?
No, this I'm gonna say this like conversation has been hella funny and very enlightening. Very enlightening.
Well, we try to do that on the show. I'm curious, are you signed with Black Shoe Inc.?
I am not.
Oh, you're not anymore? Okay.
No, I actually have never been signed
you never?
with Black Shoe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you had collaborated.
They just support me a lot, and I've done a few songs with their members.
Okay. Yeah, I've had Drag Love on the pod and all that, so I'm definitely familiar with them. Yeah, I was just curious. I thought I'd seen that. Anyways, we got the Fuck the Bucket. This is something we do on the podcast. Basically what we have is a series of prompts, questions, etc. You do not have to read these, but if you do that, or if you don't, that would cast light at you. Normally I say you be a pussy, but obviously this doesn't.
I am what I have.
Obviously this doesn't correlate. So
okay.
So yeah, if you want, you can pull that out. And you just read it out loud.
They say a room full of autistic people sounds indistinguishable from a mentally challenged orgy. Dessy X does not support this. Don't put me along. Don't cancel me before I get put on, guys.
Well, as an autistic, I approve. So.
Thank you.
Some graphic. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay. When was the last time you pissed and or shat yourself? Be honest. The last time I did, I was working at a deli shop like 5 years ago. And like it was one of those where like you fart and it's like, oh. So I ran to the bathroom and everything, and I'm like, oh fuck. But I had like 2 hours left of my shift, so I just pushed through.
Did you really? Oh my god, that's not what I thought you were gonna say. Me personally, I would have left immediately, and I'm never coming back. They would have never heard from me ever again. I mean, I'm blocking the numbers, everybody. Like, oh my god, they would have never heard from me again. You're insane. Forget that was just 5 years ago. Forget about that. There's the fact that you stayed there for 2 hours.
It was just a little bit, you know. I was like, I can do this.
Kudos to you. Props to you.
I need that money, man. I need that $11 an hour. This is what the McAllister Hours is all about.
Laughs. I love it.
Crazy shit. Fuck yeah. Is there nothing else you want to talk about? Promote? I listened to some of your tracks. I know you got new music coming out.
Yeah, I got a new project coming out.
Okay. I think when are you posting it?
It's dropping on the 9th, so 3 days.
Okay. Well, this episode will actually drop that same day.
Yep.
So I guess today, go check that out.
And that's 5 Rooms of Grief. That's what it's called. 5 songs.
It's called what? 5 Rooms of Grief?
Realms.
Oh, Realms of Grief.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you got denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance.
Oh, okay. So they're all kind of based off those? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm assuming it's all around heartbreak, probably.
Yeah. Gotta keep it the same. Give the people what they want. They want me heartbroken. That's what I think anyways. Shoot.
The cruel world of the internet, They always want. It's the same.
Like, when are you dropping more music? I drop a song, they're like, no, not like that. We need more. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm finna drop the whole project. I hope that's enough. Shoot. I'm
sure it'll be plenty. Dessy X, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, this is, like I said, this is the CalStars podcast. Tune in every Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. We have a website, the McAllister, or just McAllisterHours.com. Go check that out if you want to listen to what we got. We also have something called the Fucked Up Bucket that we just did. We have a submission form. So if you,
I'm finna get on there.
hell yeah.
I'm finna get on there.
Hell yeah. So if it'll send me a direct email. So if you guys got anything, we'll, obviously.
I'm finna say the most fucked up shit I can say.
Hell yeah. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. And yeah, otherwise we got Patreon and all that. Check out Dessy X's music. Awesome. Have a good night, everybody.
See
Peace.
ya.